What's up guys, Mark here from Lionized. So I've done 3 things in my life that have changed my personal appearance, and I'm going to take you through those 3 things, and it's been a big change in my life. But let's get out of here and let's go take a walk. So this is Biogen, and the reason why I'm showing you this is because it's been my #1 go-to formula, substance, recovery, everything under the sun. And I couldn't have done it without Biogen and their ranges. Now, you all know that I've been posting a few Instagram photos, and I've gone from 106 kgs in 2018 to 114 kgs in 2020 in Jan, and over the past few months I'm now down to 94 kgs. Yes, I've been gymming, and I will get into that on my second little episode. But this Biogen does wonders. This is the ISO Whey Protein Premium. Great flavors, multiple flavors, different sizes. I've got the vanilla, so it actually helps me. I can add, what I normally do is I add a bit of peanut butter, 2 teaspoons of peanut butter, a banana, ice, and almond milk. And I'll have one of these in the morning. Sometimes if I get back home and I'm not out doing work, I'll have one of these guys in the afternoon as well. So this is 65 grams of protein, 1 scoop. I'll have 2 scoops of that, and I normally take this as a meal. This is the aminos powder. I take this before and after my gymming session. This just helps with lactose. It's got a bit of creatine in it, so it helps build the muscle. I'm not trying to bulk. I am just purely trying to decrease my fat content and more leaner, more muscular. I was 75 kgs when I came out of school, and I actually want to get down to, call it 88, 90 kgs. So I've got a few 4 or 5 kgs to go, but I don't want to be skinny. I want to actually put on a bit of muscle and be a lot leaner. So this is the Biogen range. You pick it up at any of your pharmacies and any health store, and I've tried a few other shakes and a few other ranges, but I do prefer Biogen. Number 2 would be my knee op. 2016, completely had a knee op on my left knee. My whole patella was cracked in half and had pins and wires. I'm not sure how it happened, just that I started riding, mountain biking, road riding, and I couldn't help but 2 days later my knee would be swollen. It got so worse that 5 days later I couldn't deal with it. You know, the swelling wouldn't stop. Went to see a specialist, and they found out that my knee was completely cracked, and I've had pins and wires in. And with that, you know, your mind goes wandering because you can't do any sport. You can't. For 2 years I could not ride, I could not play soccer, rugby, cricket, anything. And you start binge eating, especially with me being with my own plumbing business. You start binge eating, you start, you know, and when you start eating, you know, your mind just wanders, and you just feel that you're never going to get back to where you were. And I was at that point where I never knew if I'd get back to 90 kgs, 88. But I've had to take into consideration, you know, that I went from 106 kgs to 120 kgs in January this year, to now being in COVID and in lockdown. I've had to do something about it, especially my Lati. My little one is now 3 years old, very active, very into this whole sports and riding, and you know, I've got to be more active. So I took it upon myself to actually lose the weight, and of course with Biogen and me gymming and that, it's helped a lot. So yeah, definitely I wouldn't I'd say to anybody that's going through this and has gone through surgery, that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and there is a way to get out of your well-being, you know, because at the end of the day you could get sugar diabetes, you could have a heart attack, blood clots, you know, anything could happen with your health. So I would say that the biggest thing I've taken out is actually changing my mindset, and we'll get onto that in the third one. So the third thing is overcoming your mind. Because when I used to do a lot of work back last year, I used to go buy a Coke, pie, on the road, helping clients. As you know, I'm a plumber, and it was easy, you know. I couldn't control my mind, and I couldn't control what I was doing. And if you do want to get into this and you do want to lose the weight, you've got to control that mind. You've got to understand that there are going to be times that are tough, there are going to be times that are easy, but the best thing I can say is, if you feel like a snack, buy a gin, drink, and cashews or nuts, or, you know, a bit of biltong. I mean, I'll probably eat a bit of 50 grams of biltong in the morning, about 10, in the evening at about 3 o'clock. I think that's what's helped me. And then of course I would have my lunch at 12 and dinner at 6. Breakfast time is always my shakes. And I think the mind can play tricks on you. The mind, you need to, and I'm very willed. My mind is a very strong-willed mind. When I get into something and I want to change something to do with me, I mean, I'm a Leo, I'll go out, and it just takes the mind and triggering it. Because where I was a year ago to where I am now, two different people. I mean, I had people walking all over me, people saying, oh, you know, I couldn't fit into an extra large shirt. I was wearing size 40 pants. I'm now down to 36, and I feel good, but I'm not where I am. And that all comes in with gymming. And as you guys have seen on my scale this morning, where I'm sitting at, you know, it's taken a lot of willpower in the mind to change that. And I can just say right now, in this COVID time, getting out, walking, running, jogging, being in the wilderness helps a lot as well. So I would say, if you do want to change and you do want to be a better person, there's a lot you can do by changing your mindset and understanding who you are and where your boundaries and your limits are. So from me and Mark and Lionized, thumbs up, like, subscribe, and I'll check you again next time.